We did it, guys. We did it. We made over $7,200 in 2 days. Yes, 2 days. Watch this video to the end to find out how. Hi guys, it's Any, aka the Not Trader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. I got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Not Trader on all social media platforms. And if you check the description section below, you'll see a link to my mailing list. Also, join our Discord group called Pip Talks. Yes, Pip Talks. If you want to know how we're making all this type of money, we've been posting all of these tips in the Pip Talk group. So join that Pip Talk group. It's free. Just check the description section below and join our group and find out about ways and how to make money the way we made money today. So I'm not going to keep you waiting. The trade was Uber, but I'm going to go to Uber last. So watch this video to the end if you want to find out how we made money with Uber. You probably already know if you watched the previous video, but check that video out where I break down the technical analysis for the Uber trade. But if you want to watch this video to the end, I'll show you how much was made, even though it's in the thumbnail, and I'll also show you how we went about shorting Uber. Quick question for you guys: which trading platform did I use to trade my Uber short? I didn't do it on IG because they wouldn't allow me to short Uber for some reason, but I traded on another trading platform. In the comment section below, let me know which trading platform you think I used to short Uber. But first, I'm going to go into the trade that I'm trading right now. So it's a biggie, it's a famous one. Shout out to all my Ricky Gutierrez fans that only trade UGAZ and DGAZ just because he does sheep. But I'm going to trade that now as well, but I trade other stuff. So UGAZ, I saw UGAZ technical analysis, did some technical analysis on UGAZ. So on the daily chart, UGAZ looks like it's about to sell off, but not sell off too much, but it's been doing this thing where it'll be climbing, it's been climbing, then it'll obviously retrace for a little bit back to EMA, then climb some more. Now here's a key point, because the 180-day simple moving average is acting as a resistance, and it's topped here and then it started to sell off here. So I thought this was the important zone. Now on the and DGAZ, which is of course the inverse of UGAZ, when I looked at like the 4-hour chart or the daily chart, I showed me that there was a support line at 85.39, and lo and behold, there's been a support here, here, and here. So it's 3 times it's hit that line and bounced off, and it looks like it's doing that again now. So I thought UGAZ looks like it's primed for a short on the daily chart, and DGAZ looks like it's primed for a long on the daily chart, which is no surprise since they're inversely correlated. But I can't trade UGAZ on DGAZ on IG for some reason, so I'm gonna trade UNG, which is basically correlated with UGAZ because which is correlated with UGAZ. So I took a short position on UNG, and I plotted some lines here as well, and there's also some great technical analysis to be had here. So what I found was that on the daily chart, I saw that there was a resistance here, and this line went all the way down. Let me make it thicker for you so you guys can see it. This was a as you can see on this dotted line here, it's been a resistance a couple of times, once, twice, thrice here, and then it's hit again. So I thought, okay, it might sell off here, but I don't know how far it's going to sell off to. So I took a short position, and I set my stop loss just above that line. So I'm risking about 124 pounds, but I think it can go down a little bit further. So, but I wanted to know where I could set my limit. So what I did was that I went down into the 1-hour chart, and I used Fibonacci. Good old Fibonacci, always helping me out. And I did a Fibonacci retracement, and what I found is that from the base here to the peak here, Fibonacci had pretty much been respected, because as you go up, when you get to the 100% mark, it retraced down to 38.2 level. Then when you went up, it went up to the 61.8 level, which was where it double topped, and it started selling off. Now I believe it could either sell off to one of two levels. It could sell off to the minus 27.3 level, which is around here. So that means that if it sells off to that level, it'll be I'll make about £70, which isn't that much, but it's all right. And if it sells off to the 0 level, which is where it climbed up to at this point, it would be about £213, which is a decent amount of profit. But I don't expect it to I expect it to go there in the next day or two. I wouldn't expect it to take till next week to get to where it needs to get to. So this is one of two ways I can see this playing out. I can see this playing out going, let me use yellow, going to here and then bouncing off, or going to here and bouncing off. But either way, I believe that it's just a pit stop. It's going to retrace, then start carrying on this upward trajectory. So I don't want to get caught out on the change of direction. So the best way to time my exit would be to use MACD. So as you can see here on the MACD, when the MACD starts flatlining, I'll make this bigger. When it flatlined here, that was where you want to take your profit. As you can see, when it flatlined here, this was exactly where it bottomed out here before it started changing direction. So what I'm looking for is for the MACD to flatline. Once it starts flatlining, that's where I'll take my profit. So whether it's here or here, I'll know when the histogram is kind of the same level for a couple of periods on the 1 hour chart. So I have to keep my eye on that so that I know when to exit, because the exit strategy isn't going to be as simple as wherever my take profit is or wherever these fib levels is. It could be somewhere in between there, so I have to just be vigilant. And now I'm going to quickly recap the November swing trades that I picked in my November video. Check that video out and you can see the ones that I pointed out as the stocks that I wanted to look at, and then we can see how they've gone on now. So I mentioned Aviva, and I said Aviva had the potential to break out of this support line, the resistance line, and then carry on going up. Now that's exactly what it's done. These are the lines that I plotted out here, and it's basically playing out exactly how I thought it would. So I'm giving myself a little pat on the back here. It's broken through the resistance line. I'll play these lines here. Let me delete them now because it's kind of happening. It's consolidated on the resistance as a new support, and then now I expect it to start climbing up. So this would be a great position to enter along. Perfect position to enter along, because your risk would be really minimal, as I'll set a stop loss just below this new support line, and then I'll just see how far it can go and just ride it up. But yes, I just played out exactly how I thought it would. And the next one is Diageo. Once again, it's a falling wedge, and it's kind of been playing out as I expected. Price is still falling. Obviously, the 180-day simple moving average is curving down, so it looks like it's going to continue selling off. The only thing that I'd be cautious of is that it looks like there's a kind of like a support, kind of like a support line here. So I'd need to see it break out of there as well. But for the most part, I do think it's going to carry on selling off. I think this is just like a small hindrance. I think once it breaks through the support line, it'll just carry on selling off. But I said it was a short, and it's been selling off ever since I called out that short. So it's looking good so far on that angle. And last but not least is Croda. Croda is still tentative. I'm still waiting for it to kind of make a bigger move, because I don't want to be entering yet, but I believe that it's still a long. I'm still happy with this long. 188 simple moving average, kind of flat, but it's still trending up. It's ascending channel pattern, but I want it to break out of this middle support and resistance line. As you can see here, there's a middle support and resistance line here, and I want to see it break out of there first, because it's previously rebounded off there. Once it breaks through it, I think that this is a great long, and you can see it climbing all the way up to this top resistance line for some great gains. So now the moment you've been waiting for, guys, Uber. We're going to go through Uber. So I'm not going to really go through it, because I kind of went through it already, but I'm just going to reiterate what happened. So me and myself and Infinite Investors, check out his channel. He goes in more depth as to why we shorted Uber. I'll just go through the technical aspect of it. But we both shorted Uber based off of his fundamental analysis and my technical analysis. We merged them both together, and we did the fusion dance. And then we had a perfect trade. So we decided to short Uber, and we were so positive that it was going to go down, just based off of the research we'd done from both our ends, that we kind of went big. He went a little bit bigger than me because he's a little bit more crazy, but we both went big on it, and we made a combined total of over $7,200. So yeah, it was a big trade, big boy moves, and it turned out well. And it was a perfect entry and exit for me. Well, not perfect, but I was happy with my entry and exit. I entered about $30.50, which was around here, and I exited at that $26, so which is around here. So I pretty much took most of the move. I didn't leave too much on the table, and I was happy with that. I was expecting it to go down to $25, but beggars can't be choosers. You can't be greedy. It's once greed settles in, that's when you start making silly trades. So I took quite a good profit, and I'm happy with that. So
what we did was that it was just a combination of the earnings reports were bad. Well, they weren't bad, but they could have been better. And the lockup expiration date. Now, the lockup expiration date was a bit of an anticlimax for me. I thought it was going to gap down the way BYND gapped down. But either way, it sold off and we made a profit. And it shows that confidence is real, even not just confidence in terms of charting, but once you have the right fundamental analysis and the right technical analysis and you've done your due diligence, you can really go heavy on a trade when you're sure of what you're doing. This doesn't set a precedence to go big on everything that you see, because not everything that you see you'll be as confident to make a trade like this. But it was a great trade. We made a combination of $7,200. And yeah, on to the next one. Join the Discord group if you want to hear about some other trades that we're going to make, because we actually mentioned this in the group before we made our videos, and people in the group, I actually had some people that kind of joined in on the trade. Obviously you trade at your own discretion, we're not financial advisors, but share the wealth, isn't it? It's Any, aka the Knock Trader, signing out.